Rick, you've been leaning on Jamie Drysdale a fair amount. I know you've kind of praised him throughout camp. His numbers, puck possession wise, seem to be pretty strong. How does he turn that into generating more offense and more numbers now, maybe?
Yeah, for me, when I took the job, just looking at the roster, he was one guy that, we even talked to Todd Reardon, really wanted to concentrate and really work with him next level. And I think right off the bat, for me, his defensive play since training camp till as of today is good. Like he's being more decisive. He's trying to squash plays. I think he's done a nice job because I think the tag, was he a good defensive player or not? For me, he's been defending well. The offensive part is something that I see a lot of improvement. Now, the second play is something that we're going to work with. Can he see the second play? With the running the power play, when to shoot it, when not to. Those are the things that we're going to continue to work with because I think it's there. It's just, it's going to take some time. But that's something we're really concentrating on with him on is that second play, being able to control, or even on a power play, running the power play from up top.
I mean, I guess when it comes to the power play, obviously that unit struggled a little bit, and it seems like they're giving up too many chances. I'm sure you kind of mentioned that a few times. What has to be better? What can he do better to kind of get that going?
Well, I think it's just not him. I think the guys when sometimes the guy gets the puck and then he looks, what's my read instead of knowing this puck's probably come to me. What's the PK? What's their structure? So when I already know. And I think it's just not Drysdale. I think it's a lot of guys they're waiting before they get the puck to make a read, but that's just reps and that's of experience and that's pressure situations. That just you have to have these reps of pressure, right? And you have to have these reps of knowing what's is the team is their net front D taking our bumper? If that's the case, we should be doing backdoor plays. There shouldn't be forcing pucks in the middle. These are the reads that we gotta have guys understand. And the only time you improve on that is pressure situations, in-game pressure or in-game practice pressure.
Do you worry because of the past history with the power play that it's an overthinking, maybe? Guys are thinking too much?
Well, I see guys get a little, let's face it, crowd gets antsy, everybody's pissed, and that's where we need people to calm down. Better puck decisions, knowing when, this is the one thing that, I guess it's irked me, but when there's a 50-50 puck, you can't hang down low and just wait, hoping we're going to hit the puck. You got to reload. You got to be above. Just because you have an extra guy doesn't mean you just play loose. And it's been a work in progress. I'm going to tell you guys, it's I think it's 8 2-on-1s on a power play. That's good for a year. We've done it in a month. So that's where we're going to have to really dial in and make things accountable because I can't put guys out there if you're going to give 2-on-1s. That's just the coach's pissed off one, but overall, I got to get a lot of movement. The guys are getting some chances. There was a big goal that Z got the other night. Net front, it's a big power play goal. So, and since training camp, there's been good movement. We're getting some pretty good looks. So I'm not down on that. I'm just down on our decision making sometimes, or our thought process on 50-50 pucks.
You, even before you took your job, you said you had heard a lot about Noah Cates and about what he brings to the table. Have you, and I guess it's hard because you're not really comparing him to past years because you weren't necessarily watching him the other days, but are you seeing a guy who is maybe showcasing more offensive confidence, more assertiveness with the puck than maybe he has in the past?
100%. True professional, probably, for me, a pleasure to coach since day one. Has bought in whatever we're selling. This guy's been the front of the line. The stuff I love when he goes in the corner, he doesn't throw the puck away. He holds it, and I think that's just poise. I think that's you're talking about the confidence over the years. I just see you saw the goal there, the overtime goal there, the shot there, the power play stuff when he does PK. Him and Forrester have done a nice job in the PK. So yeah, I just think his hockey IQ is really outstanding. I really do.
Jet Luchenko was sent down today. I'm not sure if you had a chance to talk to him, but what was your advice and your words of maybe encouragement or what he needs to work on?
Well, it sucks because he's in that mushy, that Vancouver one with Coots. Is it better to stay for a little bit, practice, play some games? I know, it's hard. We want to set a culture you want players to play through the mistakes, but there's certain things that he just has to go and play a lot. You can't do it up here. Whether even if he plays 10, 11 minutes, more decisive with the puck, more shooting mentality, uses speed offensively, not just defensively. These are reps. And would it be better if him in Lehigh playing 10, 12, 15 games and running the show down there? Yeah, but because of the rules, it is what it is. So he has to go somewhere where he can just get settled and play. And that's our thought process.
This team led the league last year and come from behind wins in the third period. Some of that had to do with the fact that they were behind 38 times going into the third period. But
Right.
this year, you've also shown that willingness to you don't give up. What are some of the things that you've seen so far from these guys?
Well, that's a great point by you. First of all, the goaltending, if they let a goal in or they don't let the net, it seems like they made a big save the next shift or whatever to keep us in the game. So that's number one. I feel guys we're sticking to the game a little bit more. Sometimes when team scores or, you're a little behind, then you start running around, you start gambling, you just, game's over, right? Where no, it's only 2-0. There's 30 minutes left in the game. We don't have to push our chips in. I think we're staying in the game. And I think that's why you get, somebody gets a power play goal or something good happens. All of a sudden, hey, it's 2-2 or even 3-2 with 10 minutes left. We're still in the game. I think the guys have the attitude. I think it starts with the goaltending where they have the attitude. I'm not letting the next goal go in. I'm going to give these guys a chance, even though we're down 2-0.
Travis
With-
Sanheim, go ahead, Wayne.
No, thanks.
Oh.
Yeah. With Jet gone now, it looks like Rodrigo's kind of solidified his spot on that fourth line. What have you liked about what you've seen out of him when he's played right now?
Well, actually, I just talked that line. I thought for the limited minutes, that they were really effective. They were part of the reason why we won. I got to get more minutes out of him, and I've said that. I got to get. I think when he moves his feet and his pace is a little higher, he's good. So I think, but that's the chicken and the egg, right? Sitting the bench for 5-6 minutes, your legs are frozen, and I'm expecting him to go, him to rip around the ice. It's hard. So. But I do like his brain. I like the fact that he's had a good camp for us, and hopefully I can get him some more minutes out there and see what he can really do, because I think that he can really solidify that fourth line center position for us.
Travis Sanheim didn't skate today.
Yeah.
Just maintenance day.
Kind of, yeah. He's just dealing with a little tweak here and there, but it's better us just keep him off the ice, playing a lot of minutes.
With regards to the schedule you guys are on
Yeah.
right now, the way it falls, you have a lot of home games.
Yeah.
I guess, do you find that to be a benefit, especially given the fact that you're trying to teach new concepts, or do you wish that you
Yeah.
had more road games to start the year just to build team camaraderie?
Well, I'm not lying. The schedule's obviously a bit of in our favor. Like the other teams are playing 4-6, 4-6 again. We're going to get it coming up. I don't know. We're going to get our turn in the barrel. So for me, the teaching part has really helped. The new staff, having the guys at home, this facility, video rooms, the practice schedule. We're getting more practices. But you have to make hay. You gotta win these home games, which I think we so far it's been good homestand. But it's also the schedule's been our favor. So I don't think there's a reason for us to be any tired. Sometimes teams are tired. 4-6. That fourth game, they're a little sluggish. We haven't had that yet. So we're trying to take advantage of it. Put it that way.